If we talk about Montreal as a city and how to build a culture and a scene on the real, you have to acknowledge the demographic realities of Montreal, the city, at a mass scale to leverage the 1.8 to 3 million people in the greater Montreal area, you know? Like, I think that's another part of the conversation that has to be had by maybe some of the older cats, is that the percentage of blue collar workers to white collar workers has shifted drastically in the last 30 years, and a lot of the people in the city act and behave more like me than like other cats.
100% right.
And I
100%.
and I say that more because, like, who do you want as a fan? And this is maybe a weird question to ask, but a person that is capable of buying your merchandising because to them they had a budget to buy a shirt at your show, or somebody that might not want to do that. I don't know about y'all. I want a person that might be willing to put some financing behind my passions, you know?
100%. 100%.
Anyway, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to be negative with it. For me, this is a matter of
Nah,
constructive
nah,
advice.
real, bro.
It's like, it's a matter of trying to be like, y'all need to, like, I actually want to make a series, and I haven't got to it because I'm very ambitious and I always want to do a lot of things, where a little YouTube run where I try to explain basic marketing and scene building using the NHL as like a metaphor, where like we're really good at the team level and we're really good at the player level, but we completely never talk about the league. But if nobody promoted the NHL, some like random league in Europe would become the new hockey league that mattered, and then the NHL gets for, I mean, it's super unrealistic, but it's actually how it would work if all of a sudden everybody started shit talking the NHL every chance they got. I'm like, yo, when I tell people I'm a Montreal rapper, sometimes they kind of laugh at me a little bit, like, you're a rapper? And I'm like, I don't like how people have that little, you're a
That's what I'm
rapper.
saying about Montreal. I feel like this culture is not accepted over here. Like
But
everywhere else in the world, every
but then I
major
went
city
on
in the
like
world.
Facebook, and all you do is see rappers talking shit about rap. Not all you see, but I'm like,
There's so many
imagine,
rappers in the city,
but
bro.
imagine you're not in the scene, and all you see is your rapper boy, and the next, and everybody's just, nobody's ever being positive with it, right? It's not like, so I started to change it, okay? I started sharing shit and trying to be like, this is dope and whatever. And
So
yo, it was incredible how much amazing music is here when you start actually trying to do that. And then
facts.
just then, like, to add to, like, okay, so maybe you don't fuck with my music. Okay, I accept that. You might not like my music. I make some weird shit. But what if your guy likes my music? You could at least be like, he might. But use some intelligence. Don't fucking send me to all your people. Like, you know, like, let's all like strategize together. Like, you listen. Off the jump, I know a whole bunch of people that would never understand what you're doing. But I know people who would understand what you're doing, and those are the people I should send over to Action Man, right? Like, why am I gonna put you over there and just bump you aimlessly? Like, yeah, I might share random shit on Facebook because it's like a fucking game, apparently. But like, this is stuff I'm trying to like figure out how to explain to people. Even like, we need to all kind of
Everything
be
ain't
more
for everybody,
strategic with
bro.
this. Sorry.
Yeah. Everything ain't for everybody, bro.
Mm.
You know? Like, you know, some people like fucking fruits, some people like vegetables, some people like this, some people like that, bro. Like, listen, it's enough for everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Huge
you know,
facts. Like,
that's, you know, that's just life, man. But for me to shut down a whole perspective just because I can't relate, that's ignorance. You know what I mean? Because the next man's gonna relate, bro. You know what I
big
mean? So
facts. But all I have to say is, like, I like what you're saying. I like the fact that you can at least identify the things that are maybe some things that we can work on in the city. And from what I've seen, and even this comment we just got, seen a lot of guys give up their dreams because that shit, what we're describing. And honestly, I've talked to a lot of people who maybe have given up dreams or taking long hiatuses and stuff. And you're still here doing your thing. And there's a lot of proof that you're still doing your thing.
I love it, man. I can't front. I love this shit so much, bro. You know, it's like nobody. I love this hip hop shit so much because it's like it's just freedom to me, man. It's a culture, man. I love it. You know, I don't know how to explain it. It's just if it wasn't for hip hop, you know, I got this new song. Like I got a song I just wrote recently. I just recorded. It's gonna be not on my next album, but like I said, the classical album, classical hip hop album. You know, in this song, I speak on how hip hop gave me my whole identity, bro. The confidence to socialize, you know, all the
Mm.
pain from poverty and oppression being vocalized. You know what I mean? So
Actually, yeah, I
it's
do.
like
In that one, I really relate.
so I love it, man. Like if it wasn't for hip hop, man, I'd be depressed. I don't know, bro. I'd be dead, probably jail. I really don't know, man. I really don't know because it's what keeps me happy. It keeps me excited. It keeps me excited about life. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for hip hop, my life would be black and white, bro. Hip hop bring color to my life. You know, it brings me, makes me feel young again, man. I feel timeless. I feel immortal, bro. You know, so I love it, man. I love it too much to let it go. You know what I'm saying? There's been times before where people try to convince you and try to discourage you because what? Because you didn't quote unquote make it. What the fuck is make it, bro? You know what I'm saying? This is therapeutical
Oh,
of me
you
at the
want
end
you
of
want
the
to? I can answer that question. What I think made it means. 20 years later, you're still doing it. That's how you made it.
day.
Yeah, that's the
That's
only.
how I feel, man.
So when I
That's
look,
how I feel. I feel like I survived. This shit is therapeutic to me. You know, I survived the 80s and the 90s, bro. Like I feel like, you know, a lot of my G's ain't here today, bro. And this is real talk. Rest in peace to Lorenzo, man. Rest in peace to Sonny, man. You know what I mean? So rest in peace to Nikitas, man. Rest in peace to all. Shame Allah from LaSalle's finest, man. He used to rock with Preach, man. Another young cat, man. He was extremely talented. You know, so you know we survived and we still doing it. So I just feel like it's therapeutical. You know, it helps you deal with your emotions. You know, we
I,
weren't taught how to deal with our emotions. We were
that's
never
big
taught that.
facts. Yeah, that isn't just. That's everywhere, man. I don't think anybody in our age area, we're not that far off, are like taught how to cope. Because yeah, I feel like a lot of what you're saying with my very different life experience holds extremely true. Like I did come from a poverty, but a different kind of poverty, right? Like my parents were on welfare, so I do understand a certain degree of not having. Um, I mean, but at the end of the day, you go through life. Like I went to Wager, so it wasn't the simplest experience for me. And at the end of the day, hip hop gave me confidence. It taught me to socialize. It helped me.
Mm,
It does a lot with ladies. People want. It might not be like why I do it now, but in a younger you, like yo, I make rap. Oh, you're good. It's a very that. Oh, you're good is a very powerful signal for the rest of your night that you're in for a good
the
time.
leg open up. That's a door open up.
It happens. It's a real thing. But you have to be like good in order to get that far, or look good. Either one of those two things will happen for you then, I guess. But
But then again, women just love a man with confidence, and if that's what boosted your confidence, man, more power to hip hop
I
and women.
think everybody who releases tracks gets that confidence boost. How could you not? It's literally project management, like fucking serotonin, fucking release endorphin, fucking push your shit. Because how could you not? You did it. Even if it's trash,
Mm,
in a
mm.
psychological level, it's like that's why I choose music more than other art forms because I could probably write a book, but you think I'm gonna fucking go a decade? I mean, when I'm old, yeah, but like I need quicker release mechanisms. I'm fucking live. I want that shit available right away. Like but so music's quicker. You're able to write the song faster. You're able to produce the final, and I like that fucking release of I wrote another one. I wrote another one. It's like a fucking hit from drugs. Like
100%.
sometimes I'll have like the worst fucking day, and I know it's because I haven't written a track about this shit, and then I write the song, and even if it's garbage, I got it out, and it makes my life better. And
Of
I
the
just,
system. It's no longer in your mind. It's on paper.
mm,
You know what I mean?
I
You
feel
ain't
that.
carrying that shit around no more.
Yeah, and
It's not on your chest any longer.
I think a
You
lot
know?
of people feel that way about it. And not to say that there aren't other reasons to do it, but I think a lot of like when you go down the path of artistry and being an artist with it, that's like a huge part of the artist side of it. And that's why like I don't know, like don't get me wrong though. As much as I might say like whatever, you should probably listen to your audiences and do a little bit of good marketing and not go too far down the rabbit hole of being like caught up in I'm gonna do it that because I did that and it was not a smart choice marketing wise. So there are like realities to branding and stuff that maybe people should consider, but you should stay true to yourself is really the biggest thing. You shouldn't go outside the boundaries of the rules you set for yourself.
100%.